Pension gone, job gone too. New rules sent shockwaves among government employees. Imagine an employee who has served the nation for 30 years, reported to the office every morning without fail, gave up holidays to remain buried in policy files, and just when retirement is near, he is suddenly dismissed through disciplinary action. Not only does he lose his job, but also the pension that was his only hope for old age. What's worse, he is now pushed into a lifetime of financial uncertainty. The new pension rules implemented by the central government on 22nd May 2025 have brought this nightmare to life for thousands of employees. This sweeping change has not only shaken the corridors of government offices but also created anxiety in every household that has someone employed in public service. Today, we will dive deep into this topic. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe so that you receive all our latest video updates first. Now, let's begin today's discussion without any delay. The changes made by the central government to the civil service pension rules are more direct and stringent than ever before. Earlier, employees dismissed from a public sector undertaking, PSU, could still hope for at least partial pension or retirement benefits even after losing their job. But now, the government has made it clear that such employees will no longer receive this relief. In other words, if someone is removed from a PSU due to disciplinary action, they can now be completely denied pension benefits as well. This makes it evident that Social Security at the end of service is now directly linked to performance. This change has been implemented through the Central Civil Services Pension Amendment Rules 2025, specifically under a new provision added to Rule 37(29)(c) of the CCS Pension Rules 2021. It's not just a rule, it's a psychological pressure that will now loom over every government employee. A single mistake at the final stage of one's career could result in the loss of not only reputation but also a lifetime of savings and dignity. This amendment also signals that the government is now shifting its focus from an employee's overall years of service to how they perform in the final years, and benefits will be determined accordingly. The most notable aspect of the new rules is that punishment in disciplinary cases will no longer be limited to job termination. If a former government employee, currently working in a public sector undertaking, PSU, is dismissed on disciplinary grounds, they can now lose their pension as well. This change effectively removes the protective shield that once safeguarded those who had contributed significantly during their government service. The belief that once a job is completed, pension is guaranteed, is now becoming a thing of the past. This rule signals that government service is not just a contractual job, but a long-term test of sustained discipline. Despite this change, the final decision will lie with the ministry overseeing the concerned PSU. This means if an employee is dismissed, the ministry will review the case and then decide whether the individual will receive a pension. But this also implies that pension is no longer a right. It has now become a discretionary benefit. This change redefines the nature of government service, where employees may now have to live in constant uncertainty about their future. It also reveals that pension is no longer merely a service benefit, but has become a form of approval based on the government's trust. This amendment will apply to employees who were appointed on or before 31st December 2003, meaning it affects those covered under the old pension scheme, OPS, who were earlier guaranteed a fixed pension upon retirement. However, certain groups such as railway employees, daily wage earners, and IS, IPS, IFOS officers have currently been exempted from this rule. This exception has sparked a new debate. Shouldn't rules be the same for everyone? And will senior officials remain untouched by such regulations, while lower and mid-level employees continue to bear the brunt of every new policy? The impact of this change is widespread. It's not just a technical amendment in legal terms, but a shift that instills uncertainty and fear in the minds of lakhs of employees who have dedicated their lives to government service. It is now evident that pension is no longer simply a post-retirement benefit. It has become a conditional reward tied to government discretion and satisfactory conduct. This marks a deeper shift, where an employee's loyalty and integrity won't just be evaluated at the time of retirement, but will be judged on a day-to-day basis throughout their service. The amended rule also includes a provision that, in certain special cases, pension may be reconsidered. For instance, if in the future an employee shows improved conduct or if there are compelling humanitarian circumstances, the government may offer some relief, such as partial pension, family pension, or an allowance. However, all of this will depend on numerous ifs and buts, forcing employees to live not with certainty but with speculation. This is the new reality, one that could fundamentally alter the perception of government service. From a financial and social standpoint, this change could have far-reaching consequences. First, it could erode trust in government service. Second, employee unions and organizations may rise in opposition. Third, the younger generation, currently considering a career in government service, may feel discouraged by this uncertainty. And fourth, the long-held belief that a government job means lifelong security may soon become a thing of the past. This rule also reflects a shift in the government's outlook, where every aspect of service is now being viewed through a corporate lens and performance is everything. The biggest impact of this change will be on those employees who are serving in PSUs on deputation or transfer. Earlier, they assumed that even if they lost their job, their pension would remain intact. That assumption is no longer valid. Now, they will have to look toward legal reviews and ministerial approvals for every decision, deeply affecting how they plan their future. This transformation may bring not only economic strain, but also significant psychological pressure. This decision also reflects the mindset of policymakers who want to transform the government system into a performance-based structure. But the critical question is, will performance be assessed fairly? Will this rule be enforced just as strictly on those sitting in high-ranking positions, or will it become a tool used to control lower-level employees? Many workers now carry the fear that the future won't be as secure as it once was. If the government's intention is to improve discipline and work culture, it is certainly commendable. However, stripping away a right like pension, especially from those who have served the nation for decades, seems not just harsh but inhumane. If misconduct is proven, a reduction in pension might be a reasonable step, but completely revoking pension is an overly punitive measure. It risks creating a system where fear and insecurity replace fairness and justice.
If I taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.